Point number 9, Darf al-Muslimin. I'm coming to a conclusion right now. Point number 9 is the weakness of the Muslims. Darf al-Muslimin. As long as our relationship with Allah is weak, we live in weakness. We're not focused on the issues. As long as we are in this, then we will continue to be controlled by a foreign power. Point number 10, and it's interesting that he put this point last. And I was talking to one of the brothers earlier, even about the situation here in Miami. And it's all over the Muslim world now. This is mushkila ikhtilaf al-qulub. The problem of the differences of the hearts. This is a crucial issue. In Surah Al-Hashr, verse 14, it tells us, it's speaking about the Yahud, Bani Israel. And it says, تَحْسَبُهُمْ جَمِيعًا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ شَتَّى ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ قَوْمٌ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. You think they are united, but their hearts are divided. That is because they are a people who do not reflect. They don't have aql, or they don't use their aql. They're not an intelligent people. We got to think about this now. Because if we don't watch out, in many cases, it's striking us. You go and you see everybody praise Allahu Akbar, everybody follows the Imam. He says, Sami Allahu liman hamida, everybody comes up. He says, Assalamu alaikum, everybody turns. After Salat, when they leave the line, everybody goes in their own direction. At Eid prayer, some people, they don't hug all the Muslims. They look for their cousins or someone from their country, and then they hug them. Like the other people are not part of the Muslim world. This is group insanity. It's group insanity that's striking us. As we were talking about earlier, it's all over the place. Muslims, somehow, everybody wants to be an imam or a president. They want their own Islamic center. They want their own school. I'm not just talking about you here, right? You think I am, though. I'm talking more about Toronto. You know, we have a saying here amongst the native people, because the natives were defeated by the European colonizers, partly because they were disunited. Because the different confederacies were fighting against each other. And so they have a saying, they said, there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. You understand that? There's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Everybody wants to be the chief. Nobody wants to be the Indian. No one wants to be the follower, right? So we have this too, where everybody wants to be the imam, or everybody wants to be the ruler or the president, or my group is the jama'ah, my jama'ah, and not recognizing the other Muslims. It's group insanity. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying it. Think about this. When he talks about Bani Israel, at the end of this verse, he's saying, ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ قَوْمٌ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. They don't have sense. If we had sense, we would recognize that we need to be united, regardless of language, regardless of color, regardless of school of thought. If a person is a Muslim, the people of the Qibla, that is your brother and your sister. And when the leadership understands this, then we can start to solve the issue and pray Eid in the same time. One of the brothers said, okay, no, it's Ramadan is coming. Oh no. I said, brother, why are you sad with Ramadan? This is Shout out Ramadan and Mubarak. He says, no, brother. We're going to have 2 Eids. 3. We have 3, sometimes 4. That's what we have. So he said, we can't like this. He said, no, but the problem, brother, is ikhtilaf al-matali'. This is the problem, the difference in horizons. I said, no, brother, the problem is not ikhtilaf al-matali'. It is ikhtilaf al-qulub. It is the difference in the hearts. Because the fiqh, the jurisprudence will tell you how to solve that problem. And we can get together and decide amongst ourselves whether we want to use an international horizon or a local horizon. If the leadership comes together, we make a decision as a group and we all follow it and finished. All of it is sunnah. It's all accepted by the fuqaha. But if we don't use our intelligence, then one person goes one direction and the other one goes in the other direction. That is the reason why in Andalusia, why the Muslims lost Andalusia. When Ibn Battuta came into Andalusia, the famous traveler, he came into Andalusia and he said, I have never seen so many Amirul Mu'mineen in one place. Everybody thinks he's Amirul Mu'mineen. We have this problem. It's not, in New York City, it is so bad. If they learn a couple surahs, they become the imam. If he learns a juz of Quran or a little bit of knowledge, he might become a mujaddid, like a renewer of the faith. Some of them even will become Mahdi. And we even have cases of people who claim to be prophets. Wal-iyadhu billah. One person in New York, he said he was Allah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. It's a group called 5 Percenters. You know the young people, hip hop music? In the hip hop generation, whenever they called, some of them are talking about Allah. It's a group called 5 Percenters out of New York. The leader of the group said he was Allah, and somebody shot him down in New York. That's insanity. And if we don't use our intelligence, we can fall into this trap. So I want to leave you with these 10 points. And remember what the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, Ummati hadihi ummatun marhuma, laysa alayha adhabun fil akhirah, adhabuha fid dunya, al fitna wal zalazul wal qatl. This my nation is a nation that has mercy on it. Its punishment is not in the next life. The punishment is in this life. Fitna, trials and tribulation. Zalazul, earthquakes, and qatl. We would be killed and in large numbers. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us before the fitna strikes us in a terrible way. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite all of the communities of the Muslims. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect and educate the children of the Ummah of Muhammad. May Allah protect the women of the Ummah of Muhammad. And may Allah give strength to the leadership and the men of the Ummah of Muhammad, that they would have the strength and the taqwa of the Sahaba and be able to face any problem, any enemy, wherever it exists. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Now I think for a few moments we will be opening up the floor for any questions, any discussion, comments, or any questions that anybody has. I can take it orally or I can take it in a written form.